A massive hailstorm hit the south of Spain on October 28th, shattering windows and flooding streets. Lines of cars were seen with their windshields broken after the sudden storm brought hailstones up to the size of golf balls crashing down. Spain has been plagued with heavy rain this week. In the Valencia region alone, firefighters responded to more than 150 flood-related incidents. Morocco also saw heavy rain, giving a rare view of palm trees and sand dunes across the Sahara Desert surrounded by floodwaters.
This strong cutoff upper-level low initially brought flooding rains to the deserts of Morocco, followed by the coastal regions in Spain. The province of Valencia has seen extensive rainfall with life-threatening flash flooding, and it was also enhanced due to orographic lifting as we have mountain ranges along the coastal regions.
Weather warnings remained in place as the conditions are expected to worsen through Halloween.
Alright, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Chakwadash. Peace and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS to give us his truth and all his purity, and salutations to all you are can preaching this word throughout the four corners of the earth, and sincerity and the truth. I'm the brother Yahushua, and this lesson we'll be going into, as you can see, those different weather events that are taking place throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, you see in the video, you have a flood that took place that hit Morocco and Spain. And, you know, if you check some of the videos, matter of fact, well, they post some clips, but there's worse clips where they show, you know, cars, literally the whole streets of cars being, there you go. Look at that. I never seen no shit like that. I see videos, other videos of floods, you know, where, you know, cars were carried away, you know, similar situation, but not ever on this scale. And this is judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because if you know anything about the history of Spain, you know, they were the Spaniards. They were, you know, the people that took the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics, and enslaved them. Christopher Columbus, he came from Spain, all right? Christopher Columbus, those, you know, colons in the colonial era, you know, a whole bunch of them were Spaniards. The three major empires at the time that took place, and the downfall of our people and their enslavement, their oppression, is the Spaniards, the British, and the French. They were the main ones that oppressed our people, you know, and they're no different. They're all Edomites. They're all so-called white people, you know. But this is judgment from the Most High. The Most High is visiting the world which he made, as it is written. All right. See some more videos. They said over 100 people, 150 people died, and hundreds more are missing. You know, people are trapped in different buildings. You know, people trapped in their cars, you know, people literally swept away into the ocean, you know. Never seen no shit like that, man. And this is how you know that we're in the end. And you got a lot of people, a lot of comments saying that it's hard, you know. Well, it very, very well may be. But, you know, that just, you know, shows that the Most High uses men to bring these things to pass as well. You know, if that is the case, you know, whether it be, you know, the so-called white man using this technology, or whether it be just the Most High just causing a storm, either way, it's all credit to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now, this is Isaiah 28, and I'm going to start at 2. It says, "Behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand." Now, this is, I believe, talking about the king of Assyria when he came and got the northern kingdom from the land of Israel, you know, and brought them into captivity. But the Lord is comparing them unto a mighty tempest and hail and destroying storm, you know, which is what we see in those videos. You see the hail and the flood at the same time. In just 8 hours, they got a whole year's worth of rain, man. I never heard of no shit like that. I done heard, you know, a month worth of rain, you know, a couple months worth of rain, but a year worth of rain, happening to them in such a short amount of time, people said they were caught off guard. You had people that was sleeping, people that was doing regular things, and out of nowhere, boom, houses flooded. Some houses collapsed, streets, as you can see, flooded. And now that, things kind of settled down, you have the streets is just muddy and, full of, cars that's piled up. I figured to see. Let's see. Aftermath. Yeah, sorry about the ads, man. It is YouTube shit. But yeah, man, this is the Lord's judgment, man. All right, and you got people in the comments, all over the world praying for Spain, saying love and prayers to Valencia, not actually giving credit to the Most High for doing this. They just think that, nature operates on its own, and that man basically destroyed nature by, their technology and things of that nature, but they never want to give credit to the Most High for doing these things, But as you can see, shit is fucked up out there, man. The highways is clotted. All the streets are cluttered with cars and, debris. It's bad, man. And this is a beautiful sight. And this is going to keep happening on a global scale. Look at this. On a global scale, man, the Lord is visiting all the heathens. All right. This is happening worldwide, and it's going to keep happening and worse. We already see earthquakes at an all-time high, floods, tornadoes, Look at that. All unnatural disasters. This is what I call them, unnatural disasters. All these things are happening because the Heavenly Father is angry at the world. All right. See? And they say this is the worst thing they've ever seen in Spain's history, So, yeah, man, the Lord is visiting the earth which he made. Now let's go to the next chapter. This is Isaiah chapter 29. Verse 6, it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." So the Lord is visiting the world which he made, and the way he's starting to do that is through these signs, thunder with earthquake, great noise, storms and tempests, and the flame of devouring fire, which are all known as quote unquote natural disasters. But those things are not natural because they've never been recorded on the scale throughout mankind's history. So it's unnatural because the wicked is in rulership. Therefore, the Lord is having, the earth rise up against them. All right. So thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, earthquake, great noise, storms and tempests, and the flame of devouring fire. And ultimately, the ultimate visitation is going to come by the form of the thermonuclear missiles, the judgment that's going to come from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua from the heavens. It's going to be those missiles being shot from one end of the earth to the other. All right. So the Lord is definitely, working, man. Every day, every single day, things are happening. All right. Now let's get Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 82, verse 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness." Yeah, so the people of the earth, they know not. What do they know? They don't know the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua. They don't know the judgments of the Most High and His Son. It says, neither will they understand because the Most High has blinded them, especially dealing with our people. You know, the scriptures say in Isaiah 6:9 that the Most High blinded 2/3 of our people so that they never see the truth, so that he could be justified in taking them out, you know, because he doesn't want them to repent. You know, prophecy has to be fulfilled. Somebody has to play the role of the 2/3. So that's going to be them. So they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. So they see these things happening and they don't, know why it's happening. They don't realize why it's taking place. You know, it says all the foundations of the earth are out of course. So all the foundations of the earth are out of course. The earth right now is not in its right state. You know, you have the so-called white man in rulership. You know, that's already out of course because the earth belongs to the righteous. It belongs to the elect first and foremost, but to Israel in general. You know, 2 Ezra 6:54 says that the Most High views the other nations as spit, you know, and that he made the world for the sake of the Israelites. All right. He didn't make it for the sake of the Edomites, which are the so-called white people. You know, he didn't make it for the sake of the Arabs, which are Ishmaelites in the Bible. He didn't make it for the sake of, you know, the Chinese, which are so-called Moabites, the so-called Chinese, which are Moabites in the Bible, you know, or none of these other heathen nations. He made the earth for the Israelites to rule. And we see what happens when the, the people that it don't belong to rule the earth, you know, when the heathens rule the earth. Now the earth is in mourning, man. The scriptures say that the whole creation travail, you know, waiting for the manifestations of the sons of God. So all creation is in mourning, waiting for the Israelites to come into power. And we've seen that. We've seen the earth, you know, starting to rebel against Esau. And although, yes, he does use his harp, you know, on the earth to cause different earthquakes, to cause different storms and things of that nature, but it backfires because there has to be a balance. You know, you can't just, you know, think you're just gonna, oh yeah, let me just cause a storm over here or cause this earthquake over here and not think it's gonna have repercussions. You know, what it does is, you know, let's say Esau caused an earthquake, boom. You know, he think he's just pinpointing one location. Well, guess what? It's gonna cause ricochets of earthquakes throughout other parts of the earth, you know, because that energy is gonna be transferred. All right. He caused one storm and end up ricocheting into other storms, you know, throughout different parts of the earth. You see, and it's starting to affect Edomites. You know, we see, you know, different videos of floods and things of that nature, and it'd be in different parts of Asia. It'd be in India, you know, those major earthquakes. It'd be in, you know, Japan and, you know, different areas, but you never really see Edomites going through it. You know, we starting to see it now in recent, you know, in a couple recent years. You know, we seen what happened in North Carolina, Hurricane Helene. You know, we seen what happened in what's it called? It's somewhere else. Oh, Florida. You know how they got hit. We see those tornadoes that hit the Midwest. You know, so the Lord is starting to visit Esau, man. Matter of fact, real quick, what is that? Jeremiah. I think it's Jeremiah 49. Okay, this is Jeremiah 49:7. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah, so the wise men of Esau is being dismayed, all right? Just like how Pharaoh's Magi's were dismayed. You know, those scientists, you know, they can't explain why the earth is behaving. You know, they're saying that, you know, it's natural. The earth has a cycle every couple thousand years. It, you know, it shifts, what's it called? Geomagnetic, what's that shit called? Geomagnetic field of the earth, it switches, So that causes a lot of so-called natural disasters to take place. Esau always try to have an explanation, but they never want to give credit to the Most High. Well, guess what? The destruction that's coming, you're not going to be able to escape it. You're not going to have a wisdom to explain it. The wisdom that explains it is the wisdom of the scriptures, the prophecies. It says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. So the Most High is visiting Esau, and he's bringing calamity upon him. That flood was a calamity. But the main calamity that the Lord is going to bring is going to be those nukes, all right? The thermonuclear missiles. That's how the Lord is ultimately going to visit Esau. And we read those different ways that the Lord will visit in Isaiah the 29th chapter. The last one says what? With the flame of devouring fire. That's the main way the Lord is going to get rid of these Edomites, for all the atrocities that they've committed against the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. So the Lord is working upon them, man. This is Job 20 and 27. It says, matter of fact, damn, man. Let me read from 23. I'm going to just try to read real quick. This is Job 20 and 23. It says, when he's about to fill his belly, which is talking about the elites, when they think that they're going to be successful with their newer order, it says, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. The fury of the Heavenly Father's wrath is talking about the nuclear missiles. So right as while they're in the midst of their newer order, the Lord is going to send, missiles. Those warheads, 200 million of them. It says, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So he's going to rain it upon them, just like how he rained upon the people that were in the time of Noah. All right. So that rain ain't going to be by water. This rain is going to be by fire. That's why the scriptures say, as in the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So Yahweh Shah's coming just like the flood came during the time of Noah, which shows you that he's not coming for peace. He's coming for war. He's coming for, for death. All right. So that's going to be the new flood. All right. Because the Lord, he promised the earth that he would never flood it again, but that was with water. But this time it's going to be by fire. And those two are cleansing agents. All right. So it says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So the iron weapon is the missile, and the bow of steel represents what? Those silos that they come out of, those submarines that they come out of, what's it called? What's the other one? Silo submarines, but they got those big trucks. I don't know their names. But they're mobile. They could travel, and plant missiles wherever and shoot them. So that's the bow of steel. And it says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword coming out of his gal tears upon him. So the missiles is the glittering sword. It says coming out of his gal tears upon him, because Esau is going to be terrified when they hear the announcement that the missiles are coming to America and to wherever parts of Europe and wherever parts of the rest of the world. But this specifically is talking about Esau. It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. Yeah, the fire not blown is talking about what? Nuclear war. All right. So nuclear war will be the doom of Esau, Edom. So it says, a fire not blown shall consume him. That technology in the missiles, once again, it doesn't need to be blown. It's I think fusion technology, whereas the atomic has fission technology. Fusion fuses two atoms, and fission splits the atoms. So either way, it's a fire not blown, and the Most High is the one that gave him that technology. Isaiah 54. I think it's 16, says what? That the Lord created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire and bringeth an instrument for his work. So he created the wasted to destroy. And that's the missiles. The Lord made the scientists, give them their mindset so that, they could create these weapons. You know, you watch the movie about Oppenheimer. Man, this guy was in a world of his own mind, in a world in his own mind. You know, where he could, you know, see the atoms vividly and things of that nature. You see, so he was divinely inspired to create those weapons. It says, it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. So whoever's left in America is gonna be destroyed. You know, that's why the elites, they're gonna be in bunkers overseas. They're not gonna be here on the soils of America. It says the heaven shall reveal his iniquity and the earth shall rise up against them. So the heaven revealing his iniquity is through the internet. You know, you have the prophets coming out and exposing them for who he is as the Edomite, you know, and, you know, the energy that the prophets are putting out, you know, that vibration is causing the rest of the earth to rise up against them. You know, the heathens are speaking against Esau, bringing out different truths about the corruption of the so-called white race, you know, and now the planet Earth itself is actually rising up, you know, in the form of these different unnatural disasters. All right, so all creation is rising up against the so-called white man. That's why in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, it says that when the destruction, after the destruction, when Esau goes down, that all the trees is gonna clap their hands. You know, the mountains are gonna rejoice, man. All of creation, you know, is gonna rejoice at the downfall of this devil, because the whole earth is in mourning under his rule, because he's the wicked. All right, so let's see. I think it's Jeremiah 50. You know what? Let me just try to Google it. Share this. Destroy. Okay, this is Jeremiah 50 and 23, and this is going into the judgment of Babylon the Great, which we know Babylon the Great is prophetically speaking about America. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? America is the hammer of the earth. They're the ones that been going all over the earth using their military to oppress nations, you know, using their, you know, their economic means, you know, the economic hitman to go to these countries and impoverish them by the way of these loans, you know. So the Lord is getting ready to judge this place by the way of those thermonuclear missiles. That's why you have all these nations clicking up with each other to come up against America and the West. You know, they're already calling them the axis of evil, and they're calling the West the axis of powers. So these nations are all rising up against Babylon. All right. So it says, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Yeah, because this place is going to get wiped off the face of the earth. But this is not the one. No, that's not it. I don't know why it sent me there. It's like it. Jeremiah. Yeah, I'm going to get that last revelation. But I wanted to get the one in Jeremiah. There you go. This is Jeremiah 51 and 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountains, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, which destroys all the earth. Yeah, so the destroying mountain is America, Babylon the Great. And they destroyed the whole earth by the way of what? Their technology. You know, they have the means. They have the technology. They had it for, you know, over a century, since the 1800s. Technology to, you know, have free energy, you know, to have, you know, technology run on water, technology run on free energy that just roams are all around us, you know. They don't want that because it's not going to make them any money. So what do? They pump the, the oil out of the ground, which the oil is supposed to be the lubricant, you know, for the earth, you know. So they take it out, and then now you got what? Fucking major earthquakes now, you know, because you're taking out the necessary components that the earth needs to be stable. You see, so it says, And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. Yeah, so now the Lord is going to destroy you. You destroy the earth, you're going to be destroyed. All right. So he's going to stretch out his hand upon you. The hand of the Lord is Yahweh Shah. And then it says what? And roll thee down from the rocks. Because the scriptures say that Esau exalt himself, as high as the eagle and dwell in the cliffs of the rocks. They think that they're higher than the rest of the nations. That's why in another scripture, it might be Jeremiah 50 or 51, the same chapter, it says, thou that beholdest the height of the hill, that says, who shall bring me down? So they're the top of the nations. It's in New York City, All nations come here to have their meetings, So it says, and will make thee a burnt mountain. So this place is going to get totally annihilated by those missiles. Now, let's get Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath has come. The nations are angry now. Iran is angry. North Korea is angry. Russia is angry. All nations of the world are angry at the so-called white man, and they're coming up against them. It says, in the time of the dead that they should be judged. The time of the dead is anybody that don't have this truth. So that includes 2/3 of our people and the heathens. This is the time of judgment. Judgment day is coming. It says, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. So the prophets is, us, the men of GMS, starting with the apostles, the elders, the apostles, elders, the brothers scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. This is why we've been doing what we've been doing, because we're expecting a reward. Yahweh Shah told Peter, after he asked him, he said, we forsook all and followed you. What were we going to have? And the Lord said, what? You're basically going to receive eternity, and you're going to receive 100-fold of everything. So this is what we're fighting for. So we're in the time of the Lord rewarding his men. It says, and to the saints and to them that fear thy name, small and great, which is the Israelites, small and great. So you have a hierarchy even amongst the elect. You got the prophets, the 144,000, and above the 144 at the top is King David, all right? King David, Elijah, the rest of the 12, and then it goes down to 144 and then the 1/3, So every elect member, every 1/3 is not a prophet, It says, small and great, and should have destroyed them which destroy the earth. So who destroyed the earth? The so-called white man. He's the one that has these factories and these industries. You got this video on YouTube called Man, where there's this white man pretty much, that they show you, from the time of the Industrial Revolution, how they just polluted the earth and destroyed everything, and then at the end of it, when the whole earth was filled with debris, the nigga was sitting on top of a big, giant-sized debris pile, and that's how he felt at rest. And then what? They showed aliens, coming from a different world to come in and basically stomping him out, after they saw what he did to the planet. So, in the spirit, Esau knows, that he's going to be destroyed. He's going to eventually have to pay for the things that he did. But let me finish with the scripture here. This is Isaiah chapter 14. And this is all going into the destruction of the king of Babylon, which is called Lucifer. Lucifer means what? Light bearer. The ones that have the light is the Illuminati. All right? They're the kings of Babylon. They're the kings of America. The Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPont, the Gettys, the Rockefellers, what's it called? The Clintons, the Bushes, So, they represent the king of Babylon. All right? So this is the judgment that's going to befall them. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 15. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Now, this is going into how basically they made it to heaven and rejoice. But the Lord said they're going to be brought down to hell. They're going to go into captivity. And this is going to be after the destruction. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the men that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? They're going to look at the so-called white man, especially Amalek, the so-called J-ish people. Like, yo, this was the nigga that was dropping bombs on people, destroying whole countries, causing chaos in countries, displacing millions of people, destroying whole cities, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. Because ultimately, World War III is going to happen because of Esau, Edom. He the one that made those weapons, He's going to be the cause of it. And he's the one causing all this tension throughout the four corners of the earth. He's the one that's causing these nations to now having to arm themselves because of his bullying, So when the world gets destroyed, the main one that's going to be held accountable is the so-called white man that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Yeah, the prisoners is the Israelites. The scriptures say how you refuse to let us go. You held us captive, you refused to let us go. Just like how Pharaoh refused to let us go. And you see what happened to him. So you think your fate is going to be any less? No, man, it's going to be greater. This is why Jeremiah 16:14 says that no longer is going to be said the Lord that delivered Israel out of Egypt, but from the land of the north. So it's going to be a greater deliverance. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Yeah, this is talking about after the 1,000 years, when we free the nations and let them go back to their lands. They're going to have kings amongst them, but they're still going to be tributaries unto us, but they're going to rejoice because the righteous are in authority. So it says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden under feet. Yeah, because you're going to be annihilated, man. You're going to be exterminated. Read Obadiah. It says what? We're going to be as a fire. The house of Israel is going to be a fire, and the house of Jacob a flame, and we're going to kindle in you, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. Yeah, so you're not basically going to be put to rest. When you buried, it said what? A rest in peace. You get put to rest, So the burial of these nations is going to be them having to go after the captivity. They're gonna be in their own houses. You're not going to remember their great ancient kingdoms, Persia and Babylon and things of that nature, man. So nobody's really going to remember them, So it says, because thou has destroyed thy land and slain thy people. So you destroyed your land. You put chemtrails in the air. You have all these oil spills. You have all these chemical spills, on purpose, to displace people so that you could buy the land, turn the land into 15-minute cities, or just to steal the resources, what you did in North Carolina. I think they have cobalt over there in that mountain. So what they do, they send that hurricane to displace those people so that they could come in and buy the land for cheap. What you do to Hawaii, you knew that you want to turn it into 15-minute cities and you want those lands, those properties, So what you do, you cause those wildfires to get the people out so you could buy the land for cheap. So the Lord said, because you did that, that's one of the reasons you're not going to have any land for yourself. You're not going to have an inheritance. This is why it says that we're going to possess the land of Edom, starting with Judah, you see. So because you have destroyed the land and slain your own people, you killed your own people. 9/11, who was behind that? The U.S. government, you poison the food, you poison the water. You do this to your own Edomite kind, man, even though this is Yah kingdom together, So, hey, man, the Lord is starting to visit you, and, the ultimate visitation is going to be by those missiles and by the chariots. Can't forget that. The so-called UFOs, they're going to obliterate your armies, by simultaneously saving the elect from the coming thermonuclear destruction of America. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Chakodash, peace and double honor to the apostles, the elders of GMS, to give us his truth and all his purity, and salutations to all you occupants in this word throughout the four corners of the earth, in sincerity and the truth. Shalom.